right, so we are going to actually try to make a vertical board today for some of the D&D sessions that I got upcoming. Haven't done one of these before, but I've seen a few people do them on TikTok. And they look pretty great. So I do not have a great place to kind of film putting this together, but just real quickly what I did before we kind of get into the video and working on this a little more is just cut out some styrofoam, or some XPS foam rather, and a little bit of a vertical board. And then I did have to use some liquid nails to kind of place this to keep it upright straight. The glue not fitting completely flat against the foam pieces wasn't working. So I got some liquid nails. That seems to have worked really well. And then for these kind of little rock spots here, that was just that water with the Gorilla Glue for foam. And that is all dry as well. I'm actually going to use this. We're going to see what happens. This is a textured paint. It's supposed to come out slate or silver. And I'm going to spray the whole thing. We're going to let that dry. We're going to see what it looks like. And then we'll kind of make some adjustments from there. I don't know if this is going to work, if we are going to have to go back and kind of redo all the texture or what. But we'll give it a try. I'm planning to make maybe a few ladders down here that they can use if they want, try to make it fit, some rope, to see if they can adjust to get out to what's probably the escape spot up top. So let's see what we can do. All right, so here's the vertical board, all texture painted, and then I went back over with some darker gray, just regular spray paint, just to give it a little bit darker. And I'm going to go back through, kind of dry brush, paint on some of these grays here, just to give it a little bit more kind of depth. And then we'll add some things like a couple ladders maybe. I want to have a kind of rope hanging down here. Just a little kind of puzzle for the players to solve that's a little different than normal, working on a vertical map. So let's go ahead and add some gray on here, see how that looks. Pretty quick and easy. So that is good. I'm going to go ahead and add some of the different things that I want to add. Like, for instance, I'm going to have a little pile of wood that we'll put into here that I'm going to try to let the players get creative with, considering they're going to enter in kind of like from the front here, and they're going to have to make their way up to here. They're going to get creative with how they can do it. I'm probably going to have like a ladder, a little pile of wood, some rope maybe. But we're going to see what the players can figure out. Again, just something a little bit different, a little vertical board. So let's get the pieces added. I'll show you that kind of quick, and then we'll do the final product. All right, we got a couple of things here we're going to just place, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. This was kind of a quick one. It didn't really take super long. Kind of gluing and waiting for everything to dry was what took the longest part, but we'll see how this runs for my next session. I'm hoping it's going to work out pretty good, but if not, then, we'll try something different. So just to show you, we got a little thing of burnt wood here, a little pile of rope, made a little ladder, which I'm going to leave here, I think. And then a little pile of wood over here that'll literally just kind of be scattered. Probably just something like that. And this guy goes up here. And from that, I'm going to have a rope that kind of hangs that they can try to use too. So they can try to swing across or try to climb up if they want, whatever. And we'll see what they come up with and if they can think of any other stuff. So, yeah, thanks for watching here. I'm going to show you guys the finished product. right, that was definitely something a little different. I had not ever done a vertical board. I mean, it's going to serve its purpose. I don't think this is the cleanest build ever, but I do think for D&D and, you know, an actual session, this might be kind of fun to utilize. So I am kind of happy with some of the details that are added in here. I definitely would have done some things different. I probably would have made it taller and maybe some more cliffs and things like that they could have climbed up on. But for a first try and, you know, not really kind of ever doing this before, I think it came out pretty good. So if you like terrain building, if you like miniature painting, make sure you stay tuned, like, and subscribe. Thanks.